From Las Vegas, Sandy Kastel and friends.
The host, here is Sandy Kastel.
Hi, and welcome to Sandy Kastel and Friends Variety Show with Chef Michael. Chef Michael, get off that phone. You have listeners out there who are eager to hear about your recipes. I can't hear you. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
You got to get your microphone over in front of you.
You can't hear me? You cannot hear me?
No, you got to put it right over in front of your mouth. And this thing,
really?
Oh gosh.
Now you can't see me. Is that all right, John? We're good.
Well, anyway, I just wanted to say that, Chef Michael, you have your recipes, and if you want to find out about Chef Michael's recipes, you can call us at 702-731-1230 and ask Chef Michael about his South Philadelphia recipes, and he will give you his secret to success cooking Italian with only 4 spices that you have in your kitchen right now. You can also watch Chef Michael prepare 5 dishes on Shopping at Smith's on YouTube and stay posted for more about our upcoming TV show where Chef Michael will go into the kitchen with Sienna's very own Chef Giancarlo to prepare your favorite Italian recipes and desserts. You can also watch our show on Facebook, YouTube, and our website, sandycastelandfriends.com. My special guest today is actor and singer Frank D'Angelo. He's in movies, Gangsters, and The Big Fat Stone, and his singles now are Not What It Seems and Dreamer. So, guess what, Chef Michael?
What's that?
Guess what today is?
Yeah, Frank Mario. What's that guy's name?
No, Frank D'Angelo.
Who?
Frank D'Angelo.
Who's that?
But today, what are you listening
the dancer?
to me? No. Thursday is dance day. Today was my swim day. I've been, every once in a while, I've been getting in this pool because Michael is in the pool all the time. So today I went swimming. I started with 10 laps. Well, it may not seem like a lot, but it's a start, especially if you haven't been doing it before. And the water was a little bit cooler today, and it gets cooler and cooler each day. And of course, I tried to walk into the pool, which makes it stand out even more. Are you listening, Michael?
I hear every word you're saying.
What are you doing? Look at me.
I'm looking at you.
You're not even looking at me.
I was just thinking of something that cracked me up. Some people think, who gives a rat's ass about any people today? They get up in the morning, right? They turn on the radio, John. They put the click 1230 on the AM dial. And they want to listen to what we got to say. You know what I mean? It cracks me up because yesterday we went out and I seen my friend Tony Sacca. I know Tony for 50 years. Would you believe that, John? 50 years. Wow. I was 10 years old when 12 when I met Tony. I was 12 years old. I'm 62 today. We went to junior high school together. And his brother, God rest his soul, great kid, passed away. And Tony's all right. And I got a call today, Sandy, from the Grassos, the billionaires. I don't feel funny. It's so hard when I have to do this crap. Anyway, here's the thing.
You can always go home.
All right.
And he will, too.
You think I won't? Don't. Let me tell you. One thing about me, ladies and gentlemen. I reached a point in my life where I let the world work for me. I don't work for the world. So Carl Grasso called me on the phone today, and they have a wonderful wine tasting tonight at the country club. And Gigi's going to be there with her husband.
Yeah. And
Carl made reservations for 6. So I said, well, I have to check with Sandy to see what our plans are.
Yeah, we already said we were going to do it.
I must be losing my mind, John, because I don't even remember even saying anything.
You were sitting at Canyon Gate Country Club. We were all sitting there, and we talked about it.
I remember it.
Yeah, and you totally forgot.
I'm old. I forgot.
Oh, my gosh.
I forgot. But we went out last night to see T-Fox.
The Fiesta, yes, casino. And we were there, and it was wonderful. T-Fox, and they had some wonderful performers on before them and after them and in between.
He was great. T-Fox is great. He should have been a theatrical singer on Broadway. That's, after watching that kid, I said to myself,
like
that's where that kid really belongs, is on Broadway, which is really nice. And then we went out to, what was it called, KO at the Venetian?
KO?
Could be saying it wrong.
Tao.
Oh, Tao. K-O, I think.
T-A-O.
K-O in a fight. Tao. You know, food looked real good.
Oh, my gosh. That place is beautiful.
And what's so funny is that we walked in and people said, "Oh, Chef Michael." Everybody comes up, you know, because they listen. You become all of a sudden, you know, I don't see myself that way. I really don't.
Chef Michael?
No, but Chef Mike. I've been cooking.
Every day you're in the kitchen.
I've been cooking all my life, and by me cooking, John, it keeps my family alive. My grandmother, all the recipes, and that's why on Sundays we have people. And it's a wonderful feeling when you got people that really enjoy the cooking. Now tomorrow is the big day. Now John Stiles saying, "What the hell you talking about?"
Every day is a big day.
It's the Weema event, and we got the Casa de Bubu. They're coming over.
Cafe de Cebu.
I say Cafe de Bubu. They're coming over with a roasted pig.
A roasted pig.
Pork belly, yeah.
Yeah. Not the whole pig.
Not the whole pig.
Just the pork belly.
It's great. It's when people say belly. No, we're talking about the meat. And I think whatchamacall's making Perco.
Truffles and bacon. They're going to make some appetizers.
So you know what I was thinking? I got up early this morning and I go out and I sat around the pool and Sandy was in her beauty sleep. And I'm looking out, and I always
3 a.m. in the morning.
3 a.m. I get up at 5. I don't know why. I wish to God I could sleep longer, but I can't. So I get up, you know, and I go sit on the chair and smoke my little cigar, and I looked up in heaven, and I thank the Lord for the blessings that I have, you know, because you know we don't know, ladies and gentlemen, what tomorrow brings. You know what I mean? So count your blessings today, because the Bible even says it that tomorrow's not promised to you. So when you think you got the world by the cojones, you don't. Trust me when I'm telling you, because there's changes in life. The vicissitudes of life is incredible.
Hey,
so tomorrow
sounds awfully serious to me.
I guess I can't be. I got to be funny now. So tomorrow is the big day for the Weema event.
Yes, that's right.
So I was thinking tomorrow what to make. So I think, John, that I'm going to make, which I haven't made for anybody, these special chicken wings.
You've been talking about those chicken wings.
Talking about these wings for a long, long time.
I know.
And Lisa wants this pasta la grasso. I said,
well, you can't do anything without having the pasta la grasso.
Oh, my God. I said, ain't you tired of that yet?
God.
And she goes, no, I'm not.
No, we are not tired of it yet.
And that's exactly how Lisa talks. No, I'm not. You know, she goes, now, we went out last night.
Lisa, you don't hear yourself talking like that,
Lisa's wonderful. Carl last night. And Carl, you know, Sandy will tell you, T5, the place is packed. There had to been, I would say maybe 500, maybe 600 people in the place.
Yeah, it seems about 700.
But it says 700. Yeah. You know what I mean? People on the balcony throwing
cameras all over the place.
All over the place.
On the top, in the back, on the side.
So everywhere. I walked in and I had a white suit on.
On the stage.
I looked so handsome.
You did.
I did. And there was 5 other guys with white suits.
I know. I said, what is this, Michael? I said, did you guys all go shopping at the same place?
I said, you believe this BS? I said, I'll be a son of a gun. So anyway, so we went out there, had a great time. And anyway, I want everybody to know something. 731-1230, because we got a guest that's calling in. But after he's off the phone, I want to hear from some of the people. I want to hear what's on your mind.
Well, actually, you can call in while he's on the phone with us.
Sure you can, and talk to him.
I think that's him right now.
Is he on the phone?
Frank D'Angelo?
Hey, Frankie, what's up, buddy?
How are you guys?
Good. How are you?
Where you calling from, Frank?
We're in Los Angeles right now for the film festival. We have a movie that's going to be screened tomorrow night in where the hell are we? Pasadena.
Hey,
Pasadena.
Frank, you're Italian?
Yes, I am. I'm Sicilian.
Hey, 100%?
100% Sicilian. Sicily is the only place in the world the obituaries are 2 days in advance.
Frankie, that's good, buddy. That's good, pal. I like you right off the bat. We can't wait till you come to Las Vegas, because I know you got a lot to say. And Sandy and I are so proud that you called in. We want you to know there's over 90,000 listeners. You know, and I always say this. I say this with respect and love. We're the #1 show in Las Vegas, and we're going to television. So once we do the TV, thank you. That's all my cousins out there. My Uncle Frank, my Aunt Marie, and we all got the pepperoni sandwiches. And we'd love to have you on the TV show, because people like to see a face with the voice. But I know Sandy has a lot to ask you.
Go ahead, and thank you for your support.
I pull for the Jews stick together, so's the Italians.
So Frank, tell us about this new movie.
We have a movie that we Ray Abruzzo's in it, Robert Loggia, Margot Kidder, Michael Pere. John Savage. It's just a great movie. It's called The Big Fat Stone. It won its first film festival. Showed it in Sarasota. It's going to be theatrically released all over the world, I think in early November this year, 2014. So we're quite excited about it.
So now, how long did you work on this film?
It took me about 2 weeks to write the script. And it took us, I'd say, 10 days to shoot it.
No kidding.
Well, that's pretty quick.
2 weeks to write a script, Frank. See, the Italian people, forget about it. They know.
They don't waste any time.
Now, what's the movie about?
It's really hard to describe. It's about it's two stories that come to one story. It's about this little gang of botched thieves. They end up stealing an emerald worth about $500 million, and they really don't know what they stole, and they have to get rid of it because the cops are on their trail. So they throw it into a park, and it lands on a homeless guy. And it shows how the homeless guy ends up reaping the benefits of this while the guys are going through trial and through interrogation, and it's got quite a big twist in the end. So it's so far, every place we've showed it in screening, we've had audience and we've had standing ovations. So it connects with the viewer.
I love that because I wrote. In fact, I just finished the script. It's about a guy in Philadelphia. He steals a box of bacala. You know what bacala is, Frank?
Bacala, yeah.
It's that dry, sticky fish. And what happens is he sticks it in his pants, and the guy's going to the neighborhood, and he's stinking up the neighborhood. And all of a sudden, he walks into an Italian restaurant, and they said, "You got to step in the back room. You smell bad." The guy said, "Listen, I got some bacala. You want some?" And anyway, I'm not done the story yet, but I think I want to have you in it, Frank, and we'll eat together. I'm just having
I can play the bacala. I've been called bacala before.
You know bacala, Frank? You know bacala is the greatest fish in the world, but it's dry. If you see it, it's
stinky,
cod.
I guess.
Right, it's cod.
We had it every Friday. My mother's a traditional Sicilian.
Oh.
We have to have fish on Friday, so she'd take it on a Thursday night and put it in spring water. So
You're right, Frank. My mother, God bless my mother, the worst cook in the world. Believe me. Now, my father, forget about it. My mother got the bacala surprises on Christmas Eve. It was called Al Vigil, because on Christmas, Frank, it's all the fish. We can't eat meat on Christmas Eve. My mother gets the bacala and cuts it up, and she breads it, and she's so happy, and she fries it. It was so salty because you got to soak that fish.
And she didn't soak it?
She didn't. My mother didn't. My mother could clean a house, Frank. But when it comes to cooking, forget about it. She didn't have a Chinaman's chance in hell.
So now,
my mother loves to cook. She cooks 24 hours a day. No matter what time you go to her house, she's got enough food for an army. An army. And then she says to me, "I don't know why I'm gaining weight." Well, you're cooking all day. Of course you're going to gain weight.
Is your mother still living, Frank?
Yeah, I got my mother and my dad in my lives.
Oh, you're lucky.
We're very blessed.
Well, my mother's living. My mother's 85.
Are they here in
Vegas?
LA with you then?
No, they're in Toronto. I see them every day. They drive me nuts. My mother goes, "Did you eat? Are you okay?" Every day. If she could breastfeed me, she still would.
Now, Frank, if you get a chance, I want you to do yourself a favor, okay? You'll really enjoy it. Sandy and I just did a TV show for Smith's. Now, there's a big food chain here in Las Vegas. So it's a multi-billion-dollar, the number one food chain in Las Vegas. And Sandy and I did a show called Shopping at Smith's. And if you go to YouTube, you just put Shopping at Smith's, and you'll see me and Sandy. And I did 5 Italian dishes. Everything I used was salt, pepper, parsley, garlic. I made the meatballs. I made scatole and beans, which is called almonesta. I made pasta aglio olio. All those old Guinea dishes that people really, the real peasant dishes, and your mother would really appreciate it. So if you do get a chance, you'll have a wonderful time. Go on, take a look, and you'll laugh your butt off. It's a lot of fun. Sandy did a great job.
YouTube. It's the best television out there, YouTube. I love YouTube.
Well, it's true. It is. It's true because today, people, they want something different. And that's what's so happy about what Sandy and I do. We bring people on like yourself to let everybody know about this movie. I can't wait till it's out. I can't wait to go see it.
Well, this is our second movie. We have a movie out right now on VOD all over the world. It's called Real Gangsters, and it's done very well for ourselves. It's on Apple TV, Google TV. It's on all the providers, and it's been very successful. So we love that kind of genre. This is not a gangster movie. It's a more cool movie. But we're shooting a new movie at the end of September with Harvey Keitel, Michael Manson, Danny Glover, Paul Sorvino.
Wow.
How's he doing, Paul? I haven't seen him in years.
You know what, Frank? We got to take a quick little break and hold that thought, Chef Michael.
Yes,
if you're just tuning in now, you're listening to Sandy Kastel and Friends Variety Show with Chef Michael, and we'll be right back with our special guest, Frank D'Angelo, who has got a couple of movies out and a brand new movie out called The Big Fat Stone, and also he's got some singles out. We'll hear more from him in just a few minutes.
Don't touch that dial. We'll break your legs.
Recipes, more fun. This is Sandy Kastel and Friends. Here again, your host, Sandy Kastel.
Hi, and welcome back to Sandy Kastel and Friends Variety Show with Chef Michael. You know, where you can learn how to cook Italian style for your family and friends with Chef Michael. That's right.
Well, you know who's on the line?
Who?
Our friend.
Oh, I thought you meant somebody else. We already know that Frank D'Angelo is on the phone.
Frank, let me ask you a question. What's your mother's favorite dish that you love?
Actually, it's a dish. I'm a chef. We own a couple of restaurants in Toronto. If you ever come there, you got a friend.
No, Toronto, Canada?
Toronto, Canada. We've got a restaurant called Forget About It Supper Club on King Street.
Forget about it.
It's a thing. So you can come and cook. But it's a dish I learned, which is I take a big piece of Parmigiano Reggiano and I cut it like a piece of steak. I marinate it in garlic, oregano, salt, pepper, extra virgin olive oil.
All right, say that again. Start from the beginning. What do you cut?
Parmigiano
Reggiano. A big hunk of Parmigiano Reggiano, and I cut it like as if it was a steak.
No kidding. The cheese. Like Locatelli. Okay.
Cheese, bravo. And then we marinate in extra virgin olive oil, salt, pepper, oregano, and garlic, and then we wrap it with radicchio and prosciutto.
Wow.
And then we grill it. You know, it's unbelievable.
Comes out good, eh? Do you know what I like, Frank? I like the buffalo mozzarella.
Me too.
Oh my God, in heaven! But God, I got to tell you something. I'm 62 years old. I can't eat that stuff anymore. I eat it. I blow up like a balloon because prosciutto. I was back in Philly, and the church wasn't doing so well because I said to the priest, I said, if you give prosciutto like as communion, the line will be real long. As long as it's imported. A lot of people. Well, I make a thing called Foletta Pomodoro. Now, this is a Sicilian dish, which you should know. Sandy, I made it for her. It's the marinara sauce, the same way you make marinara, but you add prosciutto to it. You add the prosciutto. I don't know if you make it like that.
I like prosciutto in a plain basil tomato sauce, and I grill the prosciutto first with the extra virgin olive oil, salt, pepper, lots of garlic, and then I put a can of tomatoes, the San Marzano tomatoes. You like that, man? I want to give you a recipe, okay? And I know you're gonna think
and try it at your restaurant and see if they like it.
Okay, I was in the Caribbean island. I was the marketing director for the Rouge-et-Noir Casino in 1986. I ran the casino there, and I went into a restaurant down the street called Zachary's, and I asked for a dish of pasta marinara. Frank, listen to me. I sat down and almost was in tears. I said, what the hell is in this marinara sauce? Now, you know as well as I, for the listeners that are out there, when you make a marinara sauce, you can use the garlic, the onion, the olive oil, salt, pepper, parsley, the sweet basil or basil, and the key is the oregano. That's it. Now, you can put some wine if you want. People say, I put some sherry wine. People have all that BS. Bottom line, the simple marinara sauce takes 20 minutes to cook. Anyway, Frankie, I sat down and I ate this dish of macaroni. I went out of my mind. When I went in the back to talk to the guy, this guy was from France. He could hardly speak English. I went 4 days in a row. This guy wouldn't tell me what he had in it. So I said, look, I'm not going to open up a place. I'm the marketing director here. You got to tell me what it is. What do you think this guy put in that sauce, Frank?
I have no clue. Lots of butter?
No butter at all. He put sambuca on his head.
That kills it. I don't like sambuca.
All right, well, hold it. Now, don't get upset. I had that. You can't taste it. You can't taste it, Frank. But the sugar content took the acidity out of the tomato. It was absolutely incredible. I never had a marinara like that.
Okay, well, I'm going to take your advice. My mother used to use baking soda. When her sauce would boil all day, because she would start it early in the morning, like 7 in the morning, a big pot of sauce, and by dinner it was condensed really thick, but she'd put 2 spoons of baking soda, and it'd bring all the acid up, and then she'd scoop it up.
Really? Now, when your mother made the meatballs, did she use the three meats, the veal, the pork, and the beef, or she just went straight beef?
No, she would do a regular meatball made out of veal with red salmon, which is parsley and basil and garlic and oregano and salt and lots of Parmigiano in there. And then she would make one with some sausage. And we used fennel in our sausage because we're Sicilian.
Well, yeah. Well, I never tasted a sausage without fennel.
Yeah.
Well, that's good.
I think it makes it. I think the fennel makes the sausage.
Well, Frank, Sandy and I are flying out tomorrow morning to come and see you. We're going to sit down and we're going to have a dish of pasta together. Because I'm kind of simple. Give me a dish. I can eat macaroni every single day of my life.
Now, Frank, I got to ask you, though. How do you stay in shape eating all this food?
I'm always, my days are always 13, 14 hours. I'm always doing a lot, and I love wine. I drink a lot of wine. I drink a bottle a day, and it's my mother's fault. That's what she had. She had one breast was Amarone, the other one was Barolo. But I love wine. But you guys should come in September. It's a big film festival in Toronto, and we're right across it, and you can come as my guests.
Oh, great!
You guys.
That's great. We'd love to. If we get a chance, we love to, Frank. And we're so glad. It's so nice. And I said to Sandy, we had so many different guests today, and when she told me that you were calling in, we like to give our undivided attention to people like yourself. Because remember, in Las Vegas, we got 90,000 listeners. And it's incredible, I don't know why the hell they get up in the morning and they want to see what the hell I got to say, and we have a lot of fun. I got to tell you something, because Italian food makes me happy. I don't know what it is. I can be depressed. There was a movie called Fatso. It was with Dom DeLuise.
I saw it, and that's Bancroft.
Am I right, Frank? Was that unbelievable? Remember when his cousin Anthony died? I mean, Sal. When Sal died, he went into and he was crying, and he was in the kitchen, and he was crying, and they had a pot of sauce. He walked over, cut a piece of bread, he stuck the sauce in the bread, and ate it, and he was going, my cousin Sal. Anyway, he said, oh, okay, all right. And it calmed him down. I got to show Sam, you wouldn't believe it, how it was. And when my father died, I swear to you, I'm not BSing you, Frankie, I made a pot of udrip, a pot of tripe, okay? Because my cousins, Sandy, we're Italians. You know what I'm trying to say to you? You guys want to have the kosher hot dogs and sauerkraut. But, we had the big pot, and I made this beautiful pot of...
You guys?
Well, I'm saying, these were Italians. We love, and I made tripe because my cousins liked it. Because with the funeral, we went back to the house.
I love tripe.
Oh, deep, but delicious. And my sister came in, and she was crying that my father died. You know what I mean? I said, don't worry about it. We all try to console. He's in heaven now. He's at peace. He's at who's easy. What are you going to do? Anyway, I dipped the bread in the sauce, and I swear to you, this is before I seen the movie Fatso, and I dipped it in the sauce, and I said, sis, taste this. And as the tears were coming down her eyes, she took a bite of the bread with the sauce. She said, she said, this is good. And all of a sudden, the tears stopped when she stuck that bread in her mouth. And my sister's beautiful. She's 970 pounds with a mustache you would not believe.
Well, Frank, I know you guys are loving and talking about all this cooking and stuff, and you're making me really hungry. But also, you have some songs that you've released, these singles. And go ahead.
No, I was just saying it's a soundtrack from the movie Real Gangsters. The album's called Just Give One More Moment. We've been very blessed. 6 of the singles have all gone top 20, top 10, and one of them is number 5 this week on Friday morning, quarterback on the adult contemporary list, which is now, and it's doing very well in Canada.
Good, because that's the one we have queued up right now. Why don't we listen to Now, right now? This is Frank D'Angelo.
I wonder how tomorrow always becomes right now. Even though I try to look back and slow it down, it's just too hard to keep my feet on the ground. Oh, I close my eyes and try to slow it down, but it's much too fast to keep my feet on the ground. Oh, I close my eyes and try to slow it down. It's much too fast to keep my feet on the ground. Oh, it's now, right now, baby. It's now, right now, baby. I forgot about yesterday, and I don't know about tomorrow. It's now, right now, so fast, it's not gonna last. Is it the same?
Hi, Frank.
Oh, Frank, that was good, buddy. Is that you?
Pardon me?
Oh, Sandy just got mad at me. I got to keep
Okay,
quiet. Go
I'm
ahead.
just going to sit back. I'm just going to sit back.
No,
Go
me
ahead.
too.
Go ahead, Michael.
Nope.
Go
Nope.
ahead.
Nope. Dead silence. What do you think about that, Frank?
Wait, was it? I feel like I'm on Jerry Springer.
What's that? No.
Jerry.
No, that was a great song.
Thank you very much.
So who was that? Was that you?
Yes, it's Tim. I wrote it and sang it, and produced it, and we've been very blessed. We have a great band. In fact, we're performing here in Los Angeles at the closing party for the film festival. And we just we're very happy that the song connected. It's very tough to write a song and be competitive right now and get airplay and have any sales. The music industry is extremely saturated.
Well, now, when you did produce this show with this song, this is actually one of the songs in the show, though, right?
It's in the movie.
Yeah, in the movie.
I wrote the soundtrack. I read all the 3 movies that were. We have one that it's coming. I read all. I write the script. I directed.
You're like Barry Manilow.
Pardon me?
Writing everything. You write the songs.
Yeah, I write the songs. I do all the music for the movies. I have a lot of fun. But that's my first vocation is music. I've been doing that all my life.
So now you said that you have a supper club up there. So you've got music playing then while out there up in Toronto in your restaurant?
Every once in a while I perform there, but it's I'm just too busy to perform every night. I wish I could. I'd love to. So we do a lot of concerts, and like in September we're doing a tour of casinos. We're playing a bunch of casinos. But it's just too much. There's not enough time to do everything I want to do, actually.
I know. That happens to us, too.
But you guys got a great show. It's full of passion, and it's very interesting. And I think it's brilliant that you have a flair of cuisine and recipes, which is the most important thing, and that's what makes people feel good. Food makes people feel good.
That's right, it does. So, Chef Michael?
Yes?
What, are you going to be quiet now?
Well, I'm just giving you the courtesy of talking. So, Frank, I'd like to sing a song with you, if I may. Me and you.
Okay.
Ready? We'll do C'è la luna mezza mare. You ready, Frank? C'è la luna mezza mare, mamma mia, mamma dare. E ficchiami la cutta dare. Finish it, Frank.
I really don't. I know. The only part I know about that song is C'è la luna mezzo mare.
Mamma mia, mamma dare. Ficchiami la cutta dare, mamma mia. Basaccio due cose, la la la, biscia biscia baccala. My mother used to sing that to me going to sleep. Now Sandy does it, but she hits me with pepperoni.
You got a good voice, Chef Michael.
Hey, forget about it. I used to sing. I had a beautiful voice. I'm an old man today, Frank. I'm just a humble guy looking for food. That's all, Frank.
I'm looking for food.
That's all.
I'm a poor guy.
Yeah, if you're just tuning in now, you're listening to Sandy Kastel and Friends Variety Show with Chef Michael and Frank D'Angelo.
Hey, Frankie, I love you, baby.
We'll be right back after a message from our sponsors.
Your host, Sandy Kastel.
Hi, and welcome back to Sandy Kastel and Friends Variety Show with Chef Michael. Today's guest is Frank D'Angelo, and he's got a film out, a brand new film called Big Fat Stone. That when is that going to be airing?
It's
in November,
come
right?
out in theaters in November, but you can go to www.bigfatstone.com, and it has the trailers, it has the music, the soundtrack, and all the information of when it's going to come out. We've had 4 million hits on YouTube on our channel.
4 million hits? 4 million hits? Now, do you just put it out there and all of a sudden you just get all these hits, or how do you promote it? How do you promote it?
You know what? Social media is phenomenal. Like we're on Twitter, and 480,000 people follow me on Twitter. We have 28,000 people that follow me on Facebook, and it's just people get to know who you are, and they get to become. As soon as you put something out, we put a new tune out the other day for the new movie, and we got 25,000 hits.
Wow.
It's just. I just think that people, when they start subscribing to your channel on YouTube, and YouTube is hypnotic. For me, it is. Anyways, if I get on YouTube, I'll watch it all night. I'll find something about Sinatra, or I'll see something about Don Rickles or Martin Roast, or different things.
Chef Michael does that too. Yeah, he'll sit there and pull up different tracks on
Perry Como,
online,
I love the Buffalo Bills Barbershop Choir. And if you get on it, Frank, it's great. And it was Perry Como with the Buffalo Bills. If you were the only girl in the world, and I was the only boy.
But very, very calm.
Yeah, he was really a great singer. He was like Jack Jones. Jack Jones could have sang the Yellow Pages. He was absolutely phenomenal. You know what I mean? And I like to listen to that kind of melodic, the 1940s. For me,
music.
I got an old soul, Frank. I'm going to have to go out with the old ways. You know what I'm trying to say? When we do a show, Sandy and I bring great accent of what the songs they do today. Me, I specialize in swing. Louis Prima, you know what I mean? Count Basie.
Big fan of Louis Prima. Just a massive fan. Just an amazing singer.
Yeah, he was great. And when Sandy and I, when we sing at Sienna's Italian Supper Club on Wednesdays, and we do a tribute to Prima, the audience goes crazy. Unbelievable. It's amazing. You know what I'm trying to say, Eddie? It's the energy that Louis did.
But I think people who really love music, all of those people have old souls, and there's nothing wrong with having an old soul.
Well, what you need to do is when you go up there, Frank, go to Sandy Kastel. She did some beautiful country songs. So, and she's all over the internet. You know what I mean? She did Indiana Rain.
I don't have 480,000.
No, but the song is great that she did.
That's
you know,
great, yeah.
And I'm not one. I like country music, but she does a tremendous vocalist on Indiana Rain and a lot of great songs. She does
great
Broadway.
You
got to look her up. You'll be surprised at the stuff that this girl has.
Absolutely. I mean, I'm a big fan of YouTube, and I think it's the greatest. It's going to take over the world because it's free, and you can go on there for hours, and they're getting better and better with the quality of they're broadcasting and HDMI and HD, and they're going to be 4K soon. So you ask a kid today, it's between the ages of 13 to 25, if he gives a rat's ass about cable.
What's cable?
Or satellite. All he cares about is if they have Wi-Fi.
Right.
They're on the internet.
Frank, we've got a caller in. Who's that caller?
Shiny Mohawk Jason.
Shiny Mohawk Jason.
Hi, Sandy and Chef Michael. It's Diane.
Hi, Diane.
Hi, Diane. How are you?
I'm good.
Are you Shiny Mohawk? What was that other name?
Jason.
Jason? Is he there too?
Hello.
Oh, he's there too.
Oh, we
Hi,
got
Diane.
two people
on the line.
Well, let's start off with Shiny Mohawk Jason. Who's Shiny Mohawk Jason?
Yeah, I was wondering that myself. I would like to say good morning.
Good morning.
And many thanks to Chef Michael, because now I'm always saying Giancarlo.
Giancarlo.
I love that. That's really great. Another quick thing. I was looking up one of Chef Michael's pasta recipes, and it says you get a square little bag of dry pasta, and you put it in the boiling water, and then you open up this a flavor packet, and you put it in a bowl.
That's a top ramen recipe, sir. That's a top ramen recipe. That's Chef Michael. That's not me.
That was an interesting recipe from Chef Michael there.
Oh, I know who you are. You're not going to get your seat next Wednesday. You're going to sit in the back of the place. I'll give you the worst seat in the house. Put you in the kitchen where the pizza's at.
Okay. One more thing. That your radio show, it fills our entire house with so much joy that the house can barely contain it.
Thank you.
And it leaks out through the windows, and our neighbors are wondering what's going on over here.
Well, we thank you, my friend, and I know who you are, and Sandy and I, you're a great fan of ours, and we thank you for coming every Wednesday to Sienna's to watch me play the drums and sing and do my crazy stuff that I do.
Thank you so much. I was just going to say that I was going to try to get my neighbors to listen in, but on some neighbors, I might have to buy them some beer. Some I might have to buy them some wine.
All right.
And some of them, I might have to show them Chef Michael's pasta recipe.
The one with the box.
One with the box and the packet. All right.
Okay.
Thank you, my friend,
for
calling.
Have a good day.
Thank you. We got Diana Fox now.
Hi, Diane.
Diana went?
Oh, Diane. Diane, call back. Call back.
Who's that?
Anyway, Diane Diane Fox, she's the one that takes care of your Facebook. What do you mean?
Oh, Diana Fox, a pretty girl. Go ahead, Frankie. What's up, buddy?
Nothing. It's great. The energy is unbelievable, and I understand now why you have all those listeners, because radio is the best companion, and you guys are definitely a companion for whoever is listening.
Thank you, Frank. I've got a question for you. We've got an organization called WEMA, Women and Men in Music and Arts, and it's about empowering artists of all ages through education, mentoring, and scholarships. And I just want to ask you, what would you tell an aspiring film writer, screenwriter? What would be the number one thing you would tell them if they're just starting out in this business?
Follow your dream, and don't listen to anybody but listen to yourself, because at the end of the day, you got to get along with yourself. Just follow your dream.
That's true. That's true. And we've got another caller here, Diane Fox. Diane, hello?
I'm here.
How you doing, Diane? What's up?
I'm doing good. Well, this is kind of for Ryan.
For Ryan?
For Ryan, you're bored up.
Ryan, what is this? Yeah, he's there. He's kind of got a perplexed look on his face. John, why don't you get the perplexed look on Ryan's face? Yeah, so what did you want to ask him, Diane?
Okay, Ryan, I'm asking you to do the Ice Bucket Challenge for ALS.
He just got challenged. Are you going to do it, Ryan?
Yep.
He says he gives it a thumbs up, Diane.
Awesome. Tell him that we're going to do it next Friday.
Next Friday?
At the studio in the parking lot. And we're going to have it videotaped and everything.
At the studio in the parking lot. Oh, my gosh. Next Friday. Well, we're going to all be out there watching. This should be a lot of fun. Right after the show, right?
Right after the show.
Cool.
And another reason I decided to challenge Ryan is he is also our board op.
Yes.
And we do live remotes on the show. So I figured, me and Ryan's going to get in there. So
that's
everybody
good.
else has been challenged, so I'm going to challenge Ryan. So we're going to have a good time.
You've
and
been
it's for
challenged.
a good cause. And thank you so much.
Thank you, Diane, and thank you for everything you do with us for Facebook. But I'm going to have to, Diane, I'm going to have to put you in contact with Frank D'Angelo, because he's got to be doing something right. They've got their films up. They've got everything up on their Facebook and their Twitter. Did you hear how many people they have following them on YouTube?
I did.
Oh, my gosh. That's amazing.
Yes, give him
Diane, do you have any questions for
number.
Frank? He's on the line here.
Hi, Frank.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. I do Sandy's social media. You have a lot of followers.
Yeah, well, it just started. Like, we got onto Twitter, and we pushed, and we went up to 480,000 people.
Oh, my gosh. I'm gonna have to get with you or something and find out your guys' little secret.
Now I want to ask you this though, Frank. Did you go to our Facebook page and like it?
I will as soon as I get off. I'm Italian. I can't do two things at once, but I will.
Do you have a team working with you, Frank?
No, I do not. I don't believe in that. If I'm gonna have people film me and stuff, I'm gonna do my own tweets and my own posts on Facebook. And
Wow.
Yeah, well, I do that. I do it with Diane and stuff. We do it together, and because you're right, it's very personal. A lot of times they're asking personal questions, so you have to be there to answer them.
Exactly, and I think that's the respect if you want people to follow you, and it's the best form of getting noticed. I mean, we have a TV show in Canada. We have 1 million viewers that watch us. It's late night. We've interviewed Al Pacino. We've interviewed Tony Bennett, the great late Paul Newman, which was one of the shows of my life to interview Paul Newman.
Wow.
But so people, they know us from TV. They know us from music. They know us now from movies. So when you get on social media, it just people are very curious, and they need something to make them feel good about themselves. And that's why social media can be an incredible tool, and it also can be detrimental to some people.
Yes. Well, listen, Diane, thanks for calling in, and thanks for that challenge for Ryan. And Frank, we've got another one of your songs here, and I think... What?
It's True.
It's True. Is that the song?
Yeah, it's true, and there's another tune, I don't know if Tom gave it to you guys, it's the title track for Real Gangsters called Dreamer.
Yeah, Dreamer.
Very good for us.
Do we have Dreamer also there?
It's on his YouTube page that I'm going off.
Oh, okay, so this is It's True, so we're going to hear It's True. And then, he's getting that set up for us. So, Frank,
thank you very much.
So, Frank, now, how did you get the inspiration for these films?
I wish I could tell you a great story about them, but I just wrote them, and we drink a lot of scotch. Me and my technician and music director, and we have a nice dinner. We have a formula, get a bottle of scotch. We sit back, and the melodies come to me, and then it's very easy for me to put the words to them.
Oh, cool. Well, here's that song, and this is Frank D'Angelo, and we're going to listen to It's True.
That I'm so in love with you. If there's only one thing we should always say, it's that our strength will never go away. Stay close to me and hold me tight. Let's just make love all through the night. Stay close to me and hold me tight. Let's just make love all through the night. Yes, it's true.
That's Frank D'Angelo.
Way to go,
that
Frank.
is true. And if you're just tuning in now, you're listening to Sandy Kastel and Friends Variety Show with Chef Michael, and our guest today is Frank D'Angelo, and we're going to be right back with him and Chef Michael right after a message from our sponsors.
Letters intertwined for all time.
Way to start your day. This is Sandy Kastel and Friends. Here again, your host, Sandy Kastel.
Hi, and welcome back to Sandy Kastel and Friends Variety Show with Chef Michael. And today our special guest is Frank D'Angelo. Hi, Frank.
Hi, thank you for having me, and thank you for supporting us.
Yeah, I really appreciate it. You know, you calling in and everything today. And I'm looking forward to seeing your new movie, The Big Fat Stone. Big Fat Stone. What a title. Where did that title come from? Was this the Scotch?
It's a big fat stone. It's 18,000 carat emerald they steal.
That's why. That's a big fat stone. Hey, Michael.
Yes?
What do you think about that?
I got the chills. I'm thinking about Carl Grosser right now counting his money.
So Frank. Also, we do Wednesdays at Sienna's Authentic Italian Trattoria, and it's a special edition of Jazz and Cocktails, and we feature Michael Leonetti, Jimmy Molador. You know Jimmy? He's a great saxophone player. David DaCosta, and we've got a lot of other singers sitting in with us. And Chad Michaels is on piano, Spider on bass, and Joy Vespi on drums. And I got to tell you, you got to make reservations. You got to call 702-360-3358 for reservations. That's 360-3358, because it's been a packed house lately. And everybody wants to come out and see Chef Michael playing the drums, singing, and driving that band. He drives the band. I got to tell you, Frank, you would love.
So where's your location exactly? It's in Las Vegas, correct?
This is in Las Vegas, 9500 West Sahara. It's just west of Fort Apache.
How far is it from the strip, from the main strip?
It's 20 minutes.
So it's just there. So if you want to have really good food, you get there, and the music is spectacular.
That's right.
Well, it's a show, Frank. What we do is something that Vegas used to be. You know, they got a lot of bands in Las Vegas. You know, and unfortunately, everything's a four-wall. You know what I'm talking about.
That's very robotic, and it's a very
right. And
they use a lot of sampling and pre-recorded crap, and, and I hate that stuff.
Right, and people want to be they want to be entertained today. They don't want to be educated anymore. You know, and it's amazing. You know, at 62 years old, I created a character, became Chef Michael. You know, it's amazing. You know, that people see us all. Oh, it's Chef Michael. It's Chef Michael. It's like saying, Hey Doc. You know, you become a doctor. Everybody then, you know, Doc.
Like Doc Severinsen.
Right. Great man. Great horn player. But we're excited, and you're really good. And I can't wait to meet you, Frank. You know something about the Italian people. There's a certain the Italians and the Jews. I got to tell you the truth. There's a certain love between those people with families. You know, all nationalities. I don't mean just the Italian, but even the Irish and the German. You know what I mean? That's what America was built of. Was a bunch of people that got together, a melting pot, and that's why all the foods are great. Because if it was all Italian restaurants, where the hell would the Chinese go?
Go ahead,
Frank, you're up in Toronto, and what's the address of your place, your supper club?
We're at 325 King Street, which is the theater district in Toronto. It's like the Broadway of New York. It's all the theaters are there.
Oh.
And now the Toronto Film Festival, which has become extremely reputable worldwide, and a lot of big movie stars come there. And it's across the street now.
And what are the dates on that? September, you said?
I think I think TIFF is in September, in mid-September, and it runs for about 10 days.
Okay. God, I'd love to come up for that.
Yeah,
maybe we can
great.
break away and come up and see you. That'd be wonderful.
Well, you guys have a friend in Toronto now, and if you come, I will make sure that we host you, and Chef Michael and I will go in the kitchen, sing and cook.
I'm ready, Frankie.
fun.
Me and you, buddy. We'll crush
And
garlic.
John
Styles. I got to bring my
cameraman.
He's a Polak.
Well, listen, I just want to say thank you again. And, how long have you been working with Tom Mazzata?
Tom works through my manager, Jeff Burns, and he's known Tom, I think, for the last 4 or 5 years. They've been working together. And, he does the promoting of our music for the States. And my manager was president of Sony Music for many years. And now he's, I think I'm his only client.
Who is that? Who's your manager?
His name is Jeff Burns.
Oh, Jeff Burns. Jeff Burns was president of Sony Music. Oh, yeah. Wow. He's been around for a long time.
Yeah. Well, he discovered a lot of great bands. He was very instrumental in Celine Dion. He was Loverboy, Chilliwack, the Guess Who. I mean, very powerful.
Oh,
Frank, Sandy and I have a very good friend called the Grossos, the billionaires. They're very good friends of ours because we live on the 18th hole in County Gate. They live on the 17th hole. Well, it's funny as hell. Sandy and I and Carl and his wife were driving, and we passed by the airport, and there's a Piper plane. It was purple. It was sharp looking. So all of a sudden, Carl says, pull in. Now, the guy pulls in. We wait in 30 minutes in the car. He comes out. He said, I just bought it. I said, you can't fly a plane. You don't have a pilot's license. He says, I like sitting in it. It was nice. I said, what'd it cost you? He said, about $1.1 million. I said, what the hell are you going to do with this plane? I said, you can't leave it in camp. You can't put nothing on the driveway. He said, no, I like it. I come around, relax and go watch television. Nice to have $1 billion. Unbelievable.
Maybe we can fly up to Toronto.
That's what I was thinking about. Maybe
purple.
How long would it take me to learn how to fly that? Sam?
Oh my gosh, too long.
Too long.
I'm not waiting.
All right, okay.
We're gonna have to take a commercial flight, I think, if we want to go to Toronto. Listen, I want to thank you again, Frank, for being on the show. It's so good to have you, and maybe we'll get you on the TV show soon too when we start doing that. And we'd love to come to Toronto and see you, and got to see the Big Fat Stone. Big Fat Stone. Got to go see it.
Remember, Frank, go on YouTube, Sandy Kastel. Pull her up on YouTube. You'll see Indiana Rain. She's phenomenal. And if you have time for the old man, look up Mike Leonetti at the Riviera. That was 22 years ago when I performed at the Riv. I was such a handsome son of a bitch. My God, I was good looking.
If you come to Toronto, we'll put you on our TV show.
Sounds great. Hey, that's what I'm talking about.
Thank you so much. Listen, have a wonderful day, and congratulations on all your big success.
Thanks,
okay, Frank, we really
God
appreciate
bless,
it.
Nice talking to you guys.
Thank you. Ciao. And if you're just tuning in now, it's Sandy Kastel and Friends Variety Show with Chef Michael. You're too late. Now, just go ahead and have a great weekend. Come and visit us for the WEMA event tomorrow. Give me a call, 702-348-5707. That's 702-348-5707. Call me. Let me know if you're coming tomorrow for our WEMA event at Canyon Gate. Yes.
And Sandy said, Carl, we're going to be there tonight at the Country Club. As long as you pick up the tab, buddy.
We'll see you. We'll see you Monday morning, too, here on KLAV, 1230 a.m. on your dial for Sandy Kastel and Friends Variety Show with Chef Michael.